What's up, future millionaires? I wanted to make this video because it was a year and a half ago that I had just started my social media marketing agency, and for about 8 months I struggled making between $500 and $2,000 a month. I would work extremely hard for months on end to gain a client, and then I would end up just losing the client a month later. It was the most devastating thing ever, and on top of that, it was just so extremely hard to even gain clients in the first place. And on top of that, I was getting the wrong clients. So what I wanted to make this video about is give you my advice for starting your agency from the beginning, and more so importantly, what the main reasons why your agency is struggling starting out. And these are the 4 main problems that I had starting out. Number 1 problem is that you're not focusing on the core growth tasks within your agency. And what those basically are, the core growth tasks of your agency are: 1, generating meetings; 2, closing meetings; and 3, providing results. Now, obviously, if you don't have any clients yet, you should only be focusing on number 1, generating meetings, if you don't already have some meetings set. So those are literally the only 3 things you should be working on in your entire agency. If you don't have any clients, or you only have very few clients, or at least you're not making $10,000 per month, you need to not be working on business cards, not be making a website, not watching Netflix, not doing whatever the heck you're doing that's making you feel like you're progressing on your agency. You need to actually go out and start generating meetings and focus on only those 3 things. And then even if you're at the point in your agency where you've got a couple clients and you're spending all of your time providing results for your clients, you need to outsource that and automate that side of the process so you can go back to that generating meetings process part right there. So first off, that's the number 1 biggest reason my agency was failing in the first place, is that straight up I wasn't doing the things that were the most important to my agency in order to grow my business. I was spending my time, way too much time, doing other things that were barely generating results at all, and pretty much didn't even help my agency at all. So, second thing I got down is that you are not following a process, and when you're not following a process, you're not able to tell if what you're doing is actually working or if you're making mistakes or not. So what I mean by having a process is having a script, having a script to generate meetings, having a process to generate meetings. So for example, if you are cold calling businesses and you're going in person and you're messaging businesses one-off on Facebook and you're cold calling and doing all these different things, and here's the issue: you have a process problem. And on top of that, you probably don't even have a script for a lot of these things. You're just going off whatever you think of off the top of your mind at that time. And that's a huge problem, because when you don't have a process, you're not able to tell if something's working or not. And you're also, when you're doing so many different things, you're not able to accurately test and get good feedback and data. So to get good data on as far as businesses and contacting, stuff like that, and testing a script, if it works or not, you need to, 1, use the same process. So let's say, for example, we're going to go and do Facebook outreach. And in order to gain sufficient, we're going to use 1 script with Facebook outreach, and we're going to contact 30 businesses. That will give us an accurate data point whether or not our script works or not, because we're testing the same thing to 30 businesses in one way. So if we test it with 30 businesses all one way, then we pretty much know that most likely if it doesn't work, then it's not going to work on a larger scale. Now, 30 might not be quite enough to know for 100% sure. You maybe need like 50 to 100 to actually know for 100% sure if it's going to work or not. But 30 is probably kind of the bare minimum that you can go with when you're testing to see if something works or not. Because you're not following a process, you're not able to reiterate, and you're not able to improve because you don't know what is causing your issues. So when you're using the same script on the same platform, you can figure out what your issues are by what responses you're getting from these clients. So if you're getting a certain objection or you're getting a certain response, then you can adjust your script back and reiterate that. But you can't reiterate something if you just test it on 1 client, because 1 client or 1 business is not enough sufficient data to tell whether it's accurate or not. For example, if 1 business tells you the service is too expensive, that's not actually correct, because you only captured the data point of 1 business. You need 30 to 100 businesses to actually get some real data on whether or not it's too expensive or not, which I'll tell you guys right now, it's not. But the second part I wanted to write at that, to be completely honest with you guys, the best way to follow a process and basically fix the problem of your agency not having a process is being completely honest to buy an online course. I mean, you can pretty much buy your success in that, but the thing is, do make sure, and I'm not just saying this because I want to promote my own program or anything like that, which is in the description if you want, of course, but not to promote my own program. It doesn't matter what program you go with. Well, actually it does. So make sure you do your research beforehand to make sure whatever program you do get, it does have a proven process and like a proven script that you are going to follow, and also like a proven sales script and everything like that. So it doesn't have to be necessarily my program. It's best if you get a program that has a proven process, and this is going to save you an enormous amount of time because you don't have to go through a whole year of testing and optimizing a script over the course of a year. You can buy a program that's already had it done for you. So that's where you can save yourself a lot of time with the process part of things. And being completely honest, I did invest in a program at the beginning, but it didn't have a proven process like that. So at this point I know now, and I have invested into programs that have a proven process, but I'm just telling you as a beginner, you're gonna save yourself like at least a years of time if you just go ahead and invest in somebody's program that already has a proven process. And like I said, doesn't have to be mine, but just get somebody. Third reason your agency is failing is because you lack confidence, and that's either in your sales ability or your providing results ability. And this is a huge one that I personally dealt with when I was starting my agency starting out. And for me, it wasn't really the results side. I felt confident on the results side, but for me personally, I had a real lack in confidence as far as sales go. The only way you can really gain that confidence is one, by practicing it, but two, by rewiring your brain to think differently. And this is a really difficult and hard one to teach, and I do teach this in my program too, but you need to really become a new person and eliminate all of the limiting beliefs that you have. So for example, for me as a limiting belief, I thought that people were born with sales ability, and I didn't realize that sales was a skill. So I thought that I was naturally bad at sales, but the truth is everybody's naturally bad at sales, and all it was a skill that I needed to gain. And then I also had to tell myself that I am good at sales, I love sales, and I repeated those affirmations in my head over and over, and actually now I do them every single day. That's really one way that you can rewire your brain to have confidence in that way. You really need to become a new person as far as confidence is concerned. But for me personally, when I was starting out, I didn't know how to gain that confidence, and I didn't even know that I could be good at sales. I thought just naturally I wasn't going to be good at sales. It was just all kinds of misconceptions and things like that. So the second part of that, if you're not confident in your results, the best thing you can do is simply just get some practice in and get your proven results. So the easiest way if you get confidence in your results, is just go ahead and run a trial on a business, just any business. It doesn't matter how much they're paying you. Now, it doesn't matter if if you're confident in your results already, I wouldn't work with a business that's not going to be able to pay you well. Obviously, it's better to work with a business that can pay you well. But if you're not having confidence in your results, you're best off just go ahead and just test out your services on any business to gain your confidence and gain that confidence that you truly can provide results. Now, the fourth thing I have, and the final thing, is not taking proper action. And by taking massive action, and this kind of ties back into point number one, not focusing on the growth tasks. But the other note that I have on here is like, this is when you're messing around on your phone, you're procrastinating, you're doing everything you can to avoid doing the core growth tasks. And the funny thing is, a lot of times you don't even realize that you're trying to avoid the growth tasks. Like, you think that you are working on something beneficial, like let's say your website or your business cards on your business. You think it's beneficial to your business, but in reality, it's not. In the same time, you're checking your Instagram messages. You think a business is gonna message you. You are checking your Facebook messages every day. You're checking your email every single day, like 500 times a day. Now, it's fine to check it one time a day, but you shouldn't be checking your email like constantly, and your Facebook constantly, and your Instagram constantly, and you're just looking for and hoping for a business to message you. Guys, you can wait till the end of the day. Focus on the things you need to do to grow your business. And that's one, generating meetings. That's the number one thing that pretty much vast majority of you guys are not doing that you need to be doing. Two, closing meetings. And then three, providing results. And for results, once you get to a certain point, you need to automate that. So with that said, guys, those are the 4 reasons that you are most likely failing in your agency right now. I really hope this video helped you guys. I do have another video as well called Top 3 Mistakes That People Make with Their Agency. That might be another good one to check out. So just to make sure that you're not making any other mistakes, I'll try to put it at the end of the video here. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And with that said, look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And actually, by the way, also down below, I just made a new free training on how I built a 6-figure agency in 12 months. So it's brand new. I would highly recommend checking that out so you guys can get some additional value. And with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Whoa, jump off the diving board into shallow